Howdy, hi. It is Dear Job Sports MLB Rundown, picks and predictions for Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. We're looking at the best bets of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, previous day's results. We'll get to that first. On the day, we are currently 2-4, bringing our season record to 491 and 461. Still have one game going on. I just watched Tampa Bay take a 2-0 lead with a Nick Fortes single scoring 2. So that's not ideal for my Athletics minus 110 or my under 9.5 runs. Looking like this could be a very rough baseball day. We'll find out. I'm going to recap these and we'll get on to the 4 games we have for tomorrow. I really don't like a lot of these series. A lot of the prices are like minus 160, minus 170. It's just tough. Pretty tough. All right, game 1, we had the over 8.5 runs at Kansas City Royals, home to the Washington Nationals. This one wins. Nationals did have a 4-2 lead at one point in this game. Then they choked it away as their bullpen came in and gave up 4 in the bottom of the 6th, 1 in the bottom of the 8th. Final score, Kansas City 7, Washington 4. Kansas City hasn't been horrible as of late. They're getting production from the bottom half of their lineup, surprisingly. Kyle Isbell, Gerchuk. You have Nick Lofton. Shout out to those guys actually contributing. Top half of their lineup really not doing much. Pascantino 0 for 4. Yastrzemski 0 for 3 with an RBI though because he walked. Then Bobby Witt had 2 hits but no RBIs and no runs. They get the win though at home 7-4. Next winner, Phillies plus 105 on the money line on the road at Cincinnati. This Cincinnati team is going to miss the playoff and it's going to be pretty brutal considering what the Mets are doing right now. Phillies, they were losing the entire game. Cincinnati had a 1-0 lead going into the top of the 8th. Then the Phillies came in and did business. Weston Wilson, double, scores, and Mundo Sosa. Trey Turner, single, advances to third on a throwing error, scoring Weston Wilson. And then you had a Schwarber bomb to right field. And that's how it happened. That is Schwarber's 42nd home run of the year. You can't just keep messing around with Philly trying to maintain a 1-0 lead. It's not going to work. They got too many good bats in the lineup, too much power going on. They take the win, 4-1. Our loser, unfortunately, we did also have the over 9.5 runs in that game. There were actually a decent amount of hits. Cincinnati just couldn't score anyone once they got people on base. Phillies had 8 hits, Cincy had 7. Andrew Abbott actually went really well. 7 2/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, only giving up 3 runs. At home, Great American Small Park against a great lineup like the Phillies have. That's honestly not that bad. Can't really be asking for much more. We had the Nationals plus 125 on the money line as they lose to the Royals. They had a 4-2 lead. They only lost by 1 hit. It was 9-10 in the hit department. But they lose the game 4-7 because their bullpen is very bad. And they don't really have the firepower at the bottom of the lineup that KC does. I mean, you're going to ask from a lot from guys like Dalen Lyle, who's a rookie, out of Trinity, Kentucky. What that even is, I have no clue. Finally, we had Twins plus 140 with the over 8.5. Took a chance here, fading the Yankees. It would appear as though they're back on track. Zebby Matthews went 5 2/3, giving up 6 hits and 3 earned. Twins only had 3 hits, so considering they scored 2 runs, that's honestly not horrible. It was a Byron Buxton solo shot and a Trevor Larnach solo shot. Yankees probably could have scored more. The top of the 7th inning, they had first and second, nobody out. Didn't do anything with it, so we missed the over by 1. We missed the plus 140 by a decent amount. All right, let me do one quick score check on that Rays game. All right, so now it is officially bottom of the 2nd, 2-0. Hopefully the Athletics come back, but not by much. I want the Athletics to win 5-3. I'll call it good. All right, that's the recap. Let me get on to the picks for tomorrow. All right, game number 1, I'm going to run back the Phillies, but this time we are going to take their run line, minus 1.5, plus 115. Also going to rock the over, 9.5 runs. Once again, Phillies, they have a significant pitching advantage. I really think their lineup is tailor-made for a smaller park like Great American Small Park. Brady Singer has not been good this year. His most recent games have been very no bueno. His most recent was at Pittsburgh. He went 3 2/3, giving up 6 hits and 4 earned. He went 6 innings against Atlanta, giving up 0, but that's Atlanta. He gave up 1 against Tampa Bay. Then you enter the stretch where he got absolutely shelled. 7 to Washington, 4 to Colorado, 2 to Miami, 2 to Boston, 4 to New York. And he just doesn't go length. In those starts, he went 2 innings, 6 innings, 5 innings, 3 innings, 5 innings. So you're going to get probably a minimum of 4 to 5 innings of Cincinnati Reds bullpen. That's where the Phillies did their damage the previous day. If you can score 4 runs off of 7 2/3 on Andrew Abbott, you can 100% do that again against Brady Singer. This Phillies team's been very good recently. Cincinnati's team lost game 1 of this series. They split a road series at the Pirates. Really not the most impressive thing to do. I don't trust the bottom half of their lineup. I don't trust the top half of their lineup, to be honest with you. Give me the Phillies on the run line, plus 115. Give me the over, 9.5 runs. Next game we got, it is the Boston Red Sox on the road at the Houston Astros. I'm going to take the Red Sox plus 100 on the money line. Also going to rock the over of 8.5 runs. 2 pitchers who are not very good this year. You have Dustin May, 6-8 with a 4.93, making his, I believe, second Red Sox start. Then you have Spencer Arrighetti, 1-2 with a 7.43 ERA. He is recently coming back from injury. His previous starts, his only start recently, August 6th. You want to find the one before that, you have to go back to April 5th. So his start last week, he got absolutely destroyed. 3 2/3 innings pitched, 11 hits, 5 earned runs, struck out 5, gave up 1 bomb. That was at Miami. On the other side of things, you have Dustin May. His most recent start, I think his first start in a Boston uniform, he also got shelled. 3 2/3, 6 hits, 3 earned runs at home against Kansas City. Don't trust both of these pitchers. My favorite bet would 100% be the over of 8.5 runs. Houston's been hitting the baseball pretty well recently. The current score in the first game of the series is them winning 7-6. Then at the Yankees series, they scored 7, they scored 4, they scored 5. At the Marlins, they scored 8, 7, and 4. They've been hitting the ball well. I trust this Red Sox team. They've had one of the better offenses since the All-Star break. They're young. They run the base paths well. They're decent in fielding. I don't want to call them an elite defensive team, but they get the job done. I like the Red Sox. I more so like the over, 8.5 runs, with 2 very bad pitchers on the mound. Next game we got, I think this is the most obvious bet of the night. Brewers, minus 120 on the money line. Pirates, Brew Crew, you have Paul Skeens, 7-8 with a 1.94 ERA. Reading off a negative record in front of that ERA is just absolutely disgusting. Going against Freddie Peralta, 13-5 with a 3.03 ERA. One team is the best team in baseball. The other team is a joke. Yes, Paul Skeens is very good, but Paul Skeens, their innings are going to be limited. His previous games, he has not gone past the 6th innings despite having very low pitch counts. They're going to try to save his arm. They're 18 games below 500. There's no point in pushing Paul Skeens to a potential injury. He's gone 6, 5, 5, and 6 innings his previous start. He's actually been hit up relatively well. He just hasn't been giving up earned runs. 7 hits, 5 hits, 5 hits, and 3 hits in his most recent starts. None of them against very electric offenses either. It was against Cincinnati, Colorado, Arizona, and Detroit. So none of these teams have really been smoking the tar out of the ball. Meanwhile, the Brew Crew, they're on a tear. They've won 9 in a row. They just swept the Mets at home. Every single person in their lineup can hit, especially in clutch moments. They don't really hit for power, so they're only they just got to make contact with the ball. And then once Skeens is out of the game, you get the Pirates bullpen. Pirates bullpen, one of the worst in the MLB. Give me the Brewers minus 120. If you wanted to lay the 1.5, you could do it at plus 185. Tempting, but I will just take the minus 120 for the money line in the under 7 runs, not 7.5, just 7. Final game. I am going to fade the Mets because they are disgusting at baseball. Give me the Braves plus 115. Give me the over 8.5 runs. All right, now this one's relatively interesting because you have a battle of the NL East. Although for playoff standings, for the Braves, it means nothing. They are 100% done with the season, 16 games below 500. For the Mets, the Reds are probably going to lose a majority of the games this series against the Phillies, so they have a bit of a cushion. But the Mets have been disgusting. They've lost 12 out of 13, 7 straight in a row. They just got swept on the road at the Brewers. And now you got to go up against Spencer Strider. That's not going to be very easy. His most recent start was not good, but prior to that, looks like he's been figuring things out, slowly working his way back off the injury. His most recent start was against Milwaukee. He got absolutely shelled for 11 hits and 5 earned. Prior to that, though, he gave up 2 to Kansas City, 3 to San Fran, 0 to New York, 3 to the Athletics, 2 to Philly, 3 to this Mets team back in the beginning of June. Not really going to count that. That's too far away. Lineup was a bit different as well. This Mets team is horrible. This Braves team is going to want to win this game. If you are so far out from the playoff race, the only thing you can hope is that you sweep the Mets on the road and absolutely plummet their playoff chances. That is what they're going to try to do. Divisional game. They're going to want to win it. Give me the Braves plus 115. Give me the over 8.5 runs. All right, that's going to do it for me in this video. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.